Hello guys, welcome to Coding Techniques. So if you want to set up a new project, you can click on the I button and set up the whole project from there. Okay, so I've already set up a new project and let's start with our code now.
The whole stuff for the time being. What I'm going to do is simply comment all this up, and I don't need a header, so I'll just remove it. Okay, because we are creating login screen, as I've already shown you what the login screen will look like, and that doesn't have a header. Let's see now. It should be blank. Yes, we have a fully blank screen. Now in this screen, let's even cut all this thing up. We don't need that. Out here I'm going to create two circles, and before we start off, this full screen it's compulsory. We have to apply the full screen. It will take the whole height and width. Okay, now out here, in order to have two big balls or two big circles, we'll call two divs and we will apply some classes. Say circle 1, okay, and the next one will be circle 2. Div class equals to circle 2. Okay, now let's apply some CSS to our circle. Let's cut all this thing up, and from the scratch we'll apply circle1, and to our circle 1 class we are going to pass many things, such as we'll give a height of say 600 pixels. We are creating a circle, so it has to be a bigger one, right? Width will also be 600 pixels. We'll fix it width and height so that it won't change. Even the screen size is changing based on the particular phone. Let's give a background. It will be a linear gradient, and in the linear gradient let's give it 90 degree, and we'll apply the two colors. See, the first color is 7590D6 and it will be 0%. If you want to learn more about it, you can browse on the internet. The next color will be 2201A3 and it will be 100%. Then we'll also provide it a shadow, and let's give a color of 98, 140, 255, and it will be 0.5. Okay, this is how we do it, a shadow. Let's see the design now. Do we see something? Yes, we do. But it is no way a circle, right? So for circle, what we have to do? We have to apply border radius of 50%. Now it is circle, but not at the center, right? But we don't want it at the center because we want it at a specific location, at a specific position. So what we are going to do, let's apply margin left, because I want it on the left side, most of the part to be hidden on the left side. So margin left to be say minus 200 pixel will be enough, I think. Okay, looks good. I'm getting that curve, right? That's a good sign. Now margin top will be say a little bit more than 200. Let's give it 250. Let's try with 250 pixels. This looks nice. And we'll need little bit of margin bottom, because second circle which we'll be having, there will be little gap between the two. So let's give the margin bottom of say 10 pixels. Cool. Then let's define the same for our circle 2. Circle 2 will also have the same features, all the same properties of CSS. Will differ only in few stuffs that will be in the margin. So we can do one thing, instead of writing it again and again, let's cut this off, even from here also. Let's cut this up, and let's give another class called circle and paste it out here, because it is same for both the circles. So why do we need to apply it in both the cases, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply one more class called circle to both. So it will add the meaning of the circle nicely, right? Now circle 1, circle 2. That's great. So circle 2 will have a margin left of say 200 will be too much. Say 20 pixels. I don't want it to be more on the left side. I want it to be more on the right side, which is already there. So as you can see, this curve, right? Now let's have a margin top off also. Not 250. Let's give it as 20, and let's keep the margin bottom. We can see that margin left is working nicely. Margin top also, it's okay. Don't want a lot of things to be done, and we don't need a margin bottom because it's already at the bottom part. So it's looking nice to me. We can work on it a little bit, I think. Let's give a margin left of say 15 pixels will be nicer. And this gap should be a little bigger, right? Okay, in order to do that, let's margin top of -10. Let's give it -10. I think -10 will be too short. I have to reduce the upper size maybe. Okay, still it's good. That's coming up nicely. But that's not in the center, so I want it in the center. So instead of changing this part, I'll just change this part to 260. Now it seems to be pretty okay, isn't it? Looks nice to me. So after the first circle, we have to apply another div where we will hold our username and password inputs. So we'll give it a div, and let's have a class of container. If we want to place it on above the circle 1, we have to apply some class to it, and in that class we will define all the things. Okay, so what all things do we have? Let's apply an ion item. In the ion item, lines will be none, and it will hold an ion input. The placeholder of the ion input will be email, type will be text, and let's give it a clear input. That means a closing button at the end portion will appear automatically when we type something. Okay, and let's even center it up. I think we need to do that part also. Let's center this thing up. Don't worry about the alignment, it will come about. We'll work on it. Okay, so we'll apply class of ion text center. So it's coming at the center. Now we need to place this out here. So in order to do that, we have to work on with our container class. Let's do that. So we'll declare our container class, and in that container class we will give it a position of absolute, and let's see now. Okay, it's coming out here. Now let's give it a positioning of top will be 6 VH, and left say I think 9 VW will be fine, or we can give it 10 also maybe. Let's check it out with 9 first. It's coming up, but left is not working maybe. Now why is that so? Let's align all the items to center. Not exactly at the center. Let's give left to be 12 VW. Let's see now. I think this is a little bit more maybe. 15. 15 is a bit more. How about 14? 14 looks okay, right? We have equal amount of spacing out here, right? Now let's give some margin to our ion item, because let's copy the ion item one more time, because we need 2 ion items. The next one is for the password, and the type will be password. We need some margin out here, isn't it? So we'll apply ion margin to both the things. Ion margin. Let's check out now. Okay, when we give some margin to it, it is not aligned properly. Let's try designing again. Where did I make the mistake? Okay, the positioning, I think 14. Let's again fall back to 9 and see the design now at the center, right? Perfectly coming up. Now let's apply some designing to our ion item, because I want it to be a little circular. So let's give it a class of item design, and let's design it up now in our SCSS. Let's give item design border of, I need a border of 1 pixel solid, and I'll be calling the variable.scss colors. Okay, these are the colors which are predefined. So I'll call the light color. In order to do that, how it is done. I'll call a function variable var, and in that I'm simply going to pass ion color light. Okay, now even I'll give it a border radius, like I told you, it has to be a little circular. Border radius of say 20 pixel will be fine. So it is curved from here, right? And we can see a border also, okay, which is lighter, hardly visible. That is the benefit of giving it a light color. So we don't see any difference in the two, but it works pretty nicely. Let's apply the same to our password input tag also. Let's give it a class of item design. Great. Now at the top of our ion item, we have an icon that is called ion icon tag, which has the name of person circle outline, and let's give it a color also of light for the time being. Size is too small. Let's work on it. How to do that up? We'll go to our SCSS, and the tags are already a class also. So I'll simply call my ion icon tag in this way, and we can apply our CSS to it. So font size, let's say I need it bigger, so let's give it 5 rem, and margin left will also be required, maybe because I have seen that it is at the most left part, so it has to be at the center. Let's give it 25 pw. Coming up at the center, bigger also, that looks nice, right? Now our top part is done properly. The next thing which we need to do is we need to apply another div after our circle 2. So let's do it. So we'll give it a div and have a class of align. Within that div, we are going to call our login buttons and other stuff. This align, we are going to work on it. First, let's give it a button so that you can see the output what I'm doing. Expand equals to block. These are the properties of ion button which you can look into from the Ionic framework docs. Okay, you can work around it from there. I'll simply write it down. And let's give it a color also of light. Okay, the name will be login. Let's check it out. Cannot see anything, right? It's coming up in here. That is why we cannot see. So in order to move that out here, again we have to work on our align class. Let's do it. Dot align, and in that align class we are going to again give the positioning to be absolute. Position absolute. It will have a width of say 65% because I've given it as block, but still I'll simply define the width myself because I want it at the center part and it won't come up automatically. Okay, and the margin will be O2, so it will take margin itself to left and right side. Still it won't come up, but you can see the button, right? In order to make that happen, what I'm going to do, let's give it bottom of 8 VH and left maybe 16 VW, sorry. Let's check now. From the bottom part 8 VH, and there we go. We can see the login button, which is at the center, horizontally centered, and vertically we'll have few more buttons, then it will work nicely. So let's work on the other stuffs now. So we will have an ion text after our ion button that will read. Let's work on that. Ion text. Now this ion text will have a p tag that will read forgot password. Okay. Now the color of this ion text will be light. We'll apply it in this way. After that we will have two icons in a row. So we'll define an ion row. In that ion row we'll have two icons. Ion icon, size will be 3. Okay. And the name is going to be, oops, it's not, size cannot be defined in an ion icon. I forgot to pass ion call of size 3. And within our ion column we'll have an ion icon. Let's copy this up first because we need two column Okay, and the first one will have the name of logo Facebook. The color will be primary, and let's give a class of social icon because we'll be working with that. Similarly, let's copy this up. Even out here also we'll have the same thing, but the name will be logo Google. Let's check this out first, how it looks like. Okay, now I can see that design things are coming up but not aligned properly. Let's work on that first. So we need to align all the stuffs properly. So first of all, I think we have to give this iron row some margin. Let's work on all the stuffs one by one. Let's work on the social icon. I want the icons to be a little smaller, so it will have a font size of say 2 rem. I think this will be good. Let's see. Okay, now I need these two icons little bit at the left side. So in order to do that, I'm going to give iron row. To my iron row, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass a margin left of -8 VW. Well, let's see. Okay, it's coming up to the left side, right? Now, even one more thing I can do. In my iron row, I already know. Why do I need to apply this class? I'll just skip this class out here. And because we are using SCSS, so what I'm going to do, simply iron icon, and I'm going to apply this font size directly instead of defining some other class. I'll simply do it in this way. Now this div, I want all the things to be aligned at center. Haven't I given it up? No. Iron text center. Let's check now. This forget password should come at the center. And this forget password, the text is too big. Let's make it a little smaller. So what I'm going to do, in my align class, this is the div which holds the iron text. So in the iron text, we will apply the font size of small. Let's check it now. There you go. You can see the forget password is coming as small, right? Now one thing that is left is the color. The color is not the one which we need. So let's change our primary color. We will this as our primary color. I'll cut this up and call it from my variable dash dash iron color primary. Okay, and let's apply this color to my primary one. But if I apply it directly out here, this will not be nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move to my Ionic framework docs for Ionic 5 and go to my color section from the theming part. Scroll down, and out here I'm going to paste the color and call it primary. Now it will give me the relevant colors which I need to paste out here, and it's changed nicely. Let's check it now. As you can see, the color is changing, right? And it's looking pretty good. We need the Google color to be red, so let's give the color of it to be danger, not primary. That will be danger. Then it will look nice. One more thing we can do, we can even apply this color as our secondary color. So we'll do it in the same manner. Dash dash iron color secondary. Okay, and from here I'll just paste this up and call it secondary. Let's copy this up, and in my variable.scss I'll just paste it. Or I could have used a tertiary color also. Even this is not bad. So this is looking exactly same as I've shown you in the picture. So we have successfully achieved it, right? If you want, you can move it a little upward if you like. I'm happy with this part. Let's move this part little down, right? The second circle, margin top left is okay. I think this will be 55 will be fine, maybe. Okay, this is bigger. Margin top, circle 2. Let's make it 15 or 18 will be nicer, I think. Okay, seems good. So we have successfully designed this part.
Okay, so guys, we have achieved the design successfully, but there are a few things which we need to work on. Let's do that. So I have changed the variable.scss. How I have changed, just have a look at it. I have changed the primary color to this, secondary to this, and my tertiary color to be this one. Okay, now I'll show you how I have changed this. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll copy just this color, open my Google Chrome or any other browser which you have, go to the Ionic framework docs. This is the URL, and then just go to the colors. Once you reach out here, scroll down until you get this new color generator and paste your color out here and change the name to primary. Now you can see this color, right? Just copy it down and paste it out here. It looks the same, right? So you'll get all the colors for primary RGB, primary contrast, and all the other colors. Similarly, you can just copy this color and paste it out there and get the color out here. Okay, paste. So in this manner, you can get all the colors which are predefined. You can change that. But what if you want to add a new color? What you need to do for that? Okay. So say like I have a white color out here. I think I have already shown you, but I'll do it again. So this white color, how I have created this? Let's say I want this white color, FFFFF. Okay, I'll just paste it out here and name it as white. Now you can see that the color is generated. I'll just copy it down and paste it out here. Okay, as this color is not a predefined color, so in order to use that in our design, we need to call this class also. How we are going to do that, it's already shown out here. We just have to copy this stuff and paste it in our code, just like that. Simple. So in this manner, we can add a new color to our design in our variable.scss file, and we can use it up. So without wasting any more time, what is the next screen which we are going to build is this one. The background is a little whiter. You can just focus out here. The circles which we built earlier were bluish color. Now we are going to build it as white color, and the background of the iron content will be the bluish color now. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's do that. So let's open our design. You can do one more thing. You can create another page and copy all the stuff of this login screen of the home page into that page and make the changes out there, so that no changes will be affected out here. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the changes out here itself to save the time. Let's do that now. Or let's do one more thing. Even I will create a new page so that you don't get confused. Let's do it. So I'll create another page called Ionic G page login. Okay. Okay, it is created now. Let's copy everything from our home page to the login screen first. Sorry, the login page first. Nothing out here, right? So no need to make any changes in our TS file. So all good. Let's see the route also. Great. Login. So our route name is login. Let's open that up and see if we get the same design. Okay. As you can see, we have the same design, right? Now let's change everything out here. So what all things do I need? I need to have these circles to be of color white. Let's do that first. So in the login screen, the circle 1, the background which I have given is the secondary color. Okay, I think I have already shown you how to do this stuff, right? whatever the color was given earlier, you just have to change this stuff to variable this way, and we can use our primary color, secondary color, any other color which we have defined in our variable.scss out here simply in this manner. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just comment it up, background to be the white color, right? Dash dash iron color white. You will see a whole white thing. There we go. We can see the white, right? The border shadow is a little bluish. Let it be like that for the time being. And let's apply one more thing. Let's make our iron content. Let's give a background to it. Iron content dash dash background, which is a property or predefined CSS variable for our iron content. Linear gradient spelling is wrong. Gradient. Let's move it to 45 degree. And the color is going to be, let's see which color we are going to use. Let's use our tertiary color and the primary color. Okay, so where dash dash iron color tertiary, because I want it to be a little darker. And how much it will be? Let's say 0%. And the next color which I want is the primary color. Dash dash iron color primary. And this one I want it to be 100%. Okay. If you want to learn more about linear gradient, you can just scroll on the Google and you will get all the knowledge about it. Okay. I'll just hurry it up and let's see the design now. You can see that the blue background is coming up. Now we need to change a few more tasks. We need to apply a few more tasks. What all this? I think we need this to be little lighter color so that it will be visible. Both this and this one will be the primary color. Let's do that quickly. So the color was given as light color. I'll change it to primary. And to my iron item. Okay, iron input. Was there any color given? Let's give the color to be light in both the cases. Okay, great. We can see the button properly and even this is visible too, right? Great. The only thing that is not visible right now is this logo, or we can say this is an icon, I suppose. Yes, this is the icon. Let's change it to primary. Now you can see that we have achieved it properly. The icon is different. We can use same icon or different icon. One thing is left is the forget password. Let's do that also. Forget password. The color is light. Let's give it the color to be medium. I think that will be good. We have a medium color defined in our variable.css, which is predefined actually. Now it is visible, right? Let's match up again. Now if you want this icon, let's do this also. If you feel like, I will do whatever you say. Let's remove this and even outline also. Oops. I'll just give only person. Let's check it out again. Okay, now you are happy, I suppose, because we have the same icon and the same design too. Great, we have achieved this successfully. So now one last thing we need to do, if you like you can do it, if you don't like you don't do it, is this scrolling part. As you can see, the iron content is scrollable and it looks pretty weird to view this design, right, when it is scrolling. Okay, so in order to do that we have to apply certain CSS. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll open my login.page.scss and apply this SCSS to my page, and I'll just remove this part. I'll just copy it down and paste it out here because I have the iron content class out here itself. I'll just
I'll just remove it up. Okay, save it and check it out again. Okay, now try to scroll. It won't go down because the scrolling is stopped completely. You won't be able to scroll it again. Okay, now one thing I want to tell you again is that I have ticked this autosave. So my code, whatever I'm making the changes, it's getting saved automatically, so that it is running automatically. If you want the same thing, you can tick that up, or you can save it again and again whenever you're making some changes. Okay, so let's apply the same to our home page also. I'll open the SCSS, and out here I don't have ion content, so I'll simply paste it out. Okay, let's check it out there also. If you want it to get affected everywhere, you can do it in global.scss. You can go out here and simply paste it out here, but I don't want this thing to be done from here, because if you want to create some other page, you might not want the scrolling to be stopped out there. So that is why I am doing it in single pages. Let's check our home also quickly, and I'll try to scroll. No, it's not getting affected by it. Okay, it's not working. So that's great. You can apply it if you want. If you don't want, you don't apply it out. Okay guys, see you guys in the next tutorial. Till then, thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, like it, and don't forget to try it, okay, yourself, and let me know in the comments if what kind of design do you like. We'll make that kind of designs in our next tutorial also. Okay guys, thank you.